This is a video today talking about the true power is inside the picture frame. So you might be wondering, what am I talking about? The picture frame. It's actually, what I'm about to reveal is a very, very invaluable tip. Once you understand that, it also changes your Aikido completely and find the true power, not this power, not the biceps or the shoulders, but the true power from here. So how do we find it? It's keeping it inside the picture frame. So this is what I call the picture frame, my body. Picture frame. When you execute the technique, if you are inside the picture frame, you'll get maximum power from the hips. How do I know that? It's from studying karate, Shotokan karate, years ago, and it's helped me to reflect on finding that power. So there's several things I want to show you with a bookend, but firstly, again, my training with Shotokan karate has influenced me to understand that bit. Is when they have this stance and they punch, the punch is keeping the elbow inside the picture frame, very tight, and that's when this power is linked to the right hip. Even here, how the left elbow stays inside, and the punch is very tight. The tighter it gets, the more powerful it becomes, because you're working with your hips. If I punch with the elbow out, it's arm performing alone, without the support of the hips. If I keep the picture frame in mind, keeping it tight, I get a lot more power from here. So this in mind has helped me to look at my Aikido training, analysis, how I perform the technique. So for example, when you execute the Ken Shiburi, is when you're into Ken no Kame, what is interesting is you hold in this manner, so the thumb is not at, because when it's at, naturally the elbows come out. They come out of your own picture frame, so you lose the power. If you cut like this, elbows out, you have no power. You cut, put all the emphasis on the thumb, is the wrong power. If you have a support on your wrist, elbows, shoulders, hip, feet, it feels much stronger. The emphasis also is to keep the elbows inside the picture frame. So it's inside the picture frame. When I cut, it's going back inside. Changes completely how I see the technique should be performed. So keeping it inside. Now, when I do Tai no Henko, same feeling. You offer your hand, elbow in, not at. In, inside, picture frame. In. When I sort of go toe to toe, keep the elbow in, don't come out. You already lose the power. In, Now you feel connected with your hips. Twist. You're still inside. Inside. Now out. Inside. It changes everything. So, keeping it tight. In. Tight. Elbows in. Inside the picture frame. Suddenly, you feel the right hip and left hip connected with your body and your arms projecting forward. The right arm is supported with your right hip, your left arm is supported with your left hip. And it really makes sense. Keep it inside the picture frame. When you do moritero-rikokiro, again, when you drop, you bring it inside the picture frame. Inside. Twist. Inside. Not out. Inside. Now you're connected. And here you feel the power coming from the hip. And go back inside. Everything. When you do Josubu, it's the same thing. Ski no kame. Inside. That feeling. If you have it outside, it doesn't have the same effect. It's inside the picture frame and as close to your center as possible. So, tight, in contact, in contact. Your forearm is in contact with your body, not giving a gap. If you give a gap, you lose the connection with the center, but also you step out of what I call the picture frame. So there, inside the picture frame, it makes all the differences. Whenever you do this, elbows in, elbows in, elbows in, down, down, up, inside the picture frame. It's quite interesting because the emphasis is to keep the elbow down. So when you do unconventional techniques, katadori tenshinage, senpinin, in, in. If you do katate dori tenshinage like this, it's out. The elbow is out of the picture frame. If you rechannel the power from here, now inside the picture frame, you'll find the true power is always here. If you feel any kind of strain with your arms, then you're not doing it correctly. It should be no tension, a pure kokyu and twist of the hips. In fact, the hands are not moving as much as we think. It's the hips that make it move. Yeah, keep it in front of picture frame. It's the twist of the hip. So, bear this in mind. Whenever you do any kansuburi inside the picture frame, it's out, inside. It goes back inside. You'll get the power, natural power, without any tension from the shoulders or muscular strength. It's actually quite relaxed, but the power comes on with the Kokyu. So use your hips, picture frame, in many techniques you do. It will make a lot of difference. Same katate dori, shironage. Inside, not outside, inside. Elbows in. Elbows in. And it's more of a body movement rather than hands, hands, hands. The power is here. So picture frame is where the true power comes in. Keeping the elbows in. It's a very, very invaluable tip. If you see that, it will change your Aikido completely. Whenever you get stuck, think of, am I inside the picture frame? And then you reposition yourself and you find power. Because when you're inside the picture frame, that power comes on. And it's the same with a punch. You keep your elbows in. Keep your elbows in. So you make it as tight as possible. As if there is a very narrow corridor. And you work into that narrow corridor. What you realize is the more you do it, the more it's hips, hips. That's what I found in Shotokan Karate. In fact, any kind of martial arts you may be thinking of doing, the principle will be the same. The power is always here. Whether you kick, side kick, front kick, punch, menuchi, yoke menuchi, you bring the elbow in. You don't strike like this, but you're more behind the attack. And that's another thing, is when you're punching or doing a kind of strikes and you are inside a picture frame, you're definitely behind the attack. So your body is behind the attack, not sideways punching and you're exposed. Behind the attack makes all the differences. So when you do the suburi, it's the same feeling. We're behind the cup. I'd like to think this video has been extremely helpful in finding the true power within the picture frame. Thank you for watching.